Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Stephanie, your double board certified critical care physician who works with physicians that are struggling with their jobs, burnt out with their careers, or who just want some career advice. Through my books, webinars, coaching, and speaking, I help physicians discover alternative jobs and careers in medicine so that they can practice medicine on their own terms. And welcome to this Tuesday's edition of Let's Talk Tuesday. And tonight, this is a very special edition because it is sponsored by Floyd Lee Locums. So please be sure to go to www.floydleelocums.com for more information and to get contacted by their recruiters for those of you who are very interested in doing locums. So tonight we're going to talk about something that a lot of people ask me about when they are considering doing locums work. And we are going to talk about overcoming obstacles, the top 3 barriers to doing locums work, and what you can do to overcome them. But before we get started, I have a couple of requests. First of all, if you're watching me live, just show me some love in the comments and let me know where you're watching me from. For those of you who are watching me on replay, please type replay. If you like my comment, please press the like button. If you love my comment, press the love button, and please be sure to share this with people that you think may be interested in it. So once again, we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles, the top 3 barriers to doing locums work, and what you can do to overcome them. Now, whenever I talk about doing locums work, everybody is initially so excited because locums offers, the opportunity to kind of be your own boss, to work for yourself. It offers freedom, flexibility, scheduling flexibility, and the pay is really good. But then people kind of get a little concerned about the possibility of that they may have to travel away from home. So that is one of the top things that people are reluctant to do locums because they may have to travel. So this reluctance or this inability to travel may serve as a challenge to doing locums work. But I do have to tell you this, that you do not have to travel for locums because there are opportunities for you to do locums locally. And especially if you live in a larger metropolitan area, there are lots of opportunities to do locums work locally. So that's what you have to consider, and that's what you have to look for. But you do have to realize that a lot of these opportunities may not be posted in the typical job boards. So like a lot of locums opportunities are best found by doing some of your own research. So, contacting other groups, other practices to see if they're going to need some temporary coverage for either vacation or sick leave or maternity leave type issues. But you can do locums work where you are located. But like I said, you may have to do your own homework in order to find those opportunities because some of those opportunities may not be as readily posted and advertised as locums opportunities in underserved and rural locations. So that's something that you can consider when you are thinking about doing locums work. And the other major challenge for people doing locums work, especially if you have to travel, is child care and family care. But I do know a lot of parents who do locums work quite well, and they're able to balance the being away from home with their child care and family care duties. And they have taken a couple of steps in order to make this work. Some of my moms that do locums schedule their locums in such a way as to minimize time away from home. So I know a lot of moms who do locums on the weekend. So, when their spouse has the weekend days off, they use that as an opportunity to go pick up some extra locum shifts. So that's one way that you can get around the child care and family care issue, is to schedule your locums assignments as to minimize your time away from home. The other thing is you could just hire more help in the form of babysitters, nannies, and au pairs. I know a lot of physician families have hired child care help, and I don't know how they would have been able to do this without the extra pair of hands. And a lot of people have really great family members who step up to the plate. So they have, the grandparents move in with them, or, you have family members that are able to watch the children or to help with the child care and other family care issues. So, don't hesitate to ask your family to kind of help you out when you are needing child care issues in order for you to go and to do some locums work. I know I have know a friend who did locums work out of town for 2 or 3 years, and she had a very supportive husband who basically took care of the child care duties while she was out of town working. So, these things can be overcome, but it just takes some planning and some extra help. So, child care and family care are big issues, but a lot of physician parents are doing it and are combining it quite well with their locums work. And another way around the whole child care and family care issue is just to bring them with you. And I know people who do that as well also. Make some arrangements to bring the family with you on assignment. A lot of people do that as well. And so while you're working, your spouse and kids, or your kids, are looking at this is kind of a mini vacation. So you can also just bring the kids and the spouse, or your hired child care help with you on assignment. And I know a lot of mommy docs who have done that, and things have worked out quite well. Now, the other major thing that everybody always asks me about when it comes to doing locums, and some of the barriers to doing locums, the health insurance always is a hot topic. What to do about health insurance, and what to do about your other employee-sponsored benefits, such as retirement and life insurance and disability insurance. Because when you work as an independent contractor, you were working as a locums doctor, you're working as an independent contractor. And when you're working as an independent contractor, the people you are working for don't pay you benefits. So you have to obtain your own benefits. So here are a couple of things that you can do when it comes to having to get your own benefits, especially when it comes to having to get your own health insurance. If you have a spouse that has a job that offers health insurance, get on their policy. That's the best thing, because you still have the benefits of an employer-sponsored policy, which is, as we know, is less out-of-pocket expenses, and it's usually a better policy than your individual policies. So if you're doing locums and you have a spouse who has employee-sponsored health insurance, just get on their policy. That's the best thing to do. The other option that you may need to consider, if you don't have a spouse that has health insurance through their job, is to get your own. And you're going to have to get your own policy by going through the Affordable Care Act website. Now, I will tell you this: if you have never shopped for an individual policy or a family policy on your own, it can be quite daunting, and you will have sticker shock. I'm just going to tell you that right now. These policies are very expensive, but you can still get some pretty decent policies through the ACA website. So you're just going to have to bite the bullet and go ahead and do that. Another option would be to get a part-time job that provides health insurance. And so that way you have the best of both worlds. You have the stability of a part-time job that provides some health insurance, but you're also able to do locums and some moonlight. So that is a good solution to this doing locums and then at the same time needing to have some health insurance. I know people who do that and have found a really good balance between the two. So, like I said, for those of you who are looking to do locums and you're worried about what to do with your health insurance, you can always get on your spouse's policy if you have a spouse and they have a health insurance. You can obtain your own through the ACA website, or even look at getting a part-time job that provides health insurance, and then you can still do locums on the side as well. Now, in terms of your other benefits, such as life insurance and disability insurance and your retirement plan, when you are a locums doctor, you have to get your own as well. So, but that's really not that big of a deal to get your own life insurance policy or your own disability insurance policy. And it's really not that big of a deal to set up your own retirement plans either. All this means is that you're just going to have to do some research and start working with some financial professionals to help you set these things up. So, just to recap, some of the biggest things that serve as barriers, as challenges to people who are looking to do locums work is a reluctance or inability to travel. If you can travel for locums work, I do recommend it, because that is the best way to ensure that you will have consistent work and that you will have consistent work at really good rates. But if you don't want to travel or you can't travel, you can find locums work locally where you are, but it might take just a little more work to find those opportunities. You're going to have to do a little more footwork, because a lot of the local locums opportunities are not advertised, but they're out there, but you just have to look for them. The second major challenge to doing locums, and if you have to travel for locums, is child care and family care. And I know a lot of physician families have child care help, in the form of nannies and au pairs and babysitters and other family members who may live in with them or who may live close by that are able to provide child care for them. A lot of my physician moms that do locums in such a way that they minimize their time away from home. So they may do locums on the weekend because their spouse is off on the weekend. So that way, their spouse is there to take care of the kids while they are off doing locums work. And then, an option is to always bring your family with you on assignment. I just got through with doing a locums assignment in Orlando, and that would have been a perfect opportunity for somebody to bring their family. So while you're working, your family could be off, at Disney World. I know that there's people who do locums in other places that are, nice vacation places. So they work and they bring their family, and their family's off enjoying life. So you can always bring your family with you on assignment. So that is another option as well when you have to deal with, child care and family care. And the other big thing that everybody always asks me about in terms of challenges when you do locums is what to do about health insurance and life insurance and your retirement plan. And basically speaking, these, in most instances, in a lot of instances, you're just going to have to buy your own. In terms of the health insurance, if you have a spouse that has health insurance through their job, just get onto theirs. That is the best thing to do if that's an option. The other thing you'll have to do is get your own insurance policy through the ACA website. Like I said earlier, if you've never shopped for your own health insurance, be prepared for sticker shock, because these policies are expensive. Your premiums are going to be expensive. Just kind of get used to it, because it's something that you can't go without. And another option, and I know people who have done this, is to get a part-time job as a physician that pays health insurance, but having a part-time job still gives you the flexibility to do locums. And so in that situation, you have the best of both worlds. You have the stability of a part-time job, and this is the assurance of some employer-sponsored health insurance if that is offered with that job, and then you still have the flexibility to go do some locums work. And in terms of the other benefits that you're going to need to buy, like life insurance, disability insurance, and retirement plans, you can do your own. You can buy your own plans, but you will just have to make sure that you do your research and work with a financial professional that can help you get these. Hi, Dr. Nicole. Dr. Nicole says, if you have pre-existing conditions, does that limit your health insurance options? No, thank God for the Affordable Care Act, because as a result of the Affordable Care Act, you cannot be excluded due to pre-existing conditions. So that is something that the Affordable Care Act did do. So that is good. But I will tell you, just be prepared for a sticker shock, because these premiums are for individual plans are very high, and the premiums for family plans are very high. So there's that. But you need the health insurance, so that's just something you're going to have to do. But yeah, so going back into that, so that's why Dr. Edwards said even with 45 trying to nix it, I think he wasn't able to get rid of the pre-existing conditions clause yet. When I enrolled, Dr. Nicole, when I enrolled this November for my policy, I don't recall having to answer any questions about pre-existing conditions. So I don't recall, but don't quote me on that. But you can always go to the ACA website and read up on the plans and the coverage and the qualifications and the whole process. But yeah, you got to get that health insurance. You're gonna have to pay for it, and it's expensive. But what I just tell my other doctors, I just say, hey, listen, just know that that's the cost of doing business, and pick up an extra shift or two to offset the cost, because you got to have it. But like I said, you want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, that you have everything that you need to have. And if you just have to work 1 or 2 extra shifts to pay for it, then so be it. But that's something that you really don't need to go without. But I would like to encourage everybody to talk to the professionals at Floyd Lee Locums. Let me see. Dr. Nicole Bernard Washington said, I would love to find some telepsychiatry locums jobs to minimize travel. If I can do that, is it reasonable for me to think that I can negotiate a higher rate since the facility isn't paying for travel and lodging? You know what, Dr. Nicole, you are on point, because actually message me after we get through with this, because I have seen some advertisements looking for telepsychiatrists. And I think that the pay is pretty darn good. And you do make an excellent point, because if they're not having to pay for travel and lodging, you rightfully should be able to ask for a little more. So I would be happy to talk to you more about that offline. But yeah, telemedicine is the new hot thing that's up and coming. And I think I may have done a Facebook Live on that a couple of months ago, but you're absolutely right. So those are some great things that you can look into, and you do bring up a good point. And, that brings up a good point also about even if you do locums locally, because there's a lot of, the greater metropolitan areas, there's tons of opportunities that come up, and you should be able to negotiate a higher hourly rate if you're local, because they're not having to pay for you to put you up in a hotel for a week or 2 weeks, or pay for a rental car, pay for flight tickets and things of that nature. So Dr. Nicole said that she talked with a rep from Floyd Lee Locums, and she was very helpful. That's awesome, because I have worked with the recruiters at Floyd Lee Locums, and they are wonderful people. Zach, we go way back, and he's done some really awesome things for me and everything. So like I said, please go to www.floydleelocums.com. And this is why this is important, and this is why I bring up this issue with Floyd Lee Locums, because Floyd Lee Locums is a concierge locums company. So what does that mean? That means that they take the extra step and they go the extra mile to make sure that their physicians have everything that they need to do their job as a locums doctor. So if you have whatever, issue or concern that is kind of being a challenge or even a barrier to you doing locums, discuss that with your Floyd Lee Locums rep, because they may be able to offer a solution. First, for example, if you want to do locums and you don't want to travel, well, they may be able to find you something right where you are. Even if there's not jobs listed, they may be able to find you something. So don't let the fact that you don't want to travel keep you from doing locums work. You can always talk to a recruiter at Floyd Lee Locums, express your concern, and see what options they have available. Secondly, in terms of childcare, they have helped people find childcare when they go on locums assignment, either child care options for them at home, or even child care options for them should they choose to bring their children with them on assignment. So please don't let this whole issue with child care keep you from doing locums. If you decide to take an assignment and you want to bring your family with you, they can help you make the travel arrangements for your family. Now, they're not going to pay for your family to come, but they can help you make the travel arrangements so that you guys can all have a smooth travel experience. They can help you find some things for your family to do while you're at work. So it's those concierge services that set them apart. And now, in terms of your benefits, you're trying to get health insurance and disability insurance and life insurance and all that kind of things that you are not, all those types of things that you are now responsible for as a locums doctor that were provided for you when you had a permanent job. Floyd Lee Locums will help you find financial professionals to help you with these types of things. They won't provide those for you because you're not an employee of them. You're an independent contractor, but they can put you in touch with insurance brokers that can help you get a health insurance policy for you and your family. They will put you in touch. They can put you in touch with CPAs to help you with your tax issues. They can put you in touch with people who are financial planners so that they can help you set up a retirement plan. So don't let this whole set of issues as it pertains to life insurance and health insurance and retirement plan be a barrier for you to keep you from doing locums. These are things that are easily surmountable. All it takes is just a little bit of planning, and you can have all of that set up and taken care of so that you can make sure that your financial and health insurance needs are taken care of while you are working as a locums doctor. So that is why I highly recommend that you go to www.floydleelocums.com, upload your CV, make sure you put your information in so that they can contact you. If you want some more information about how to get in touch with them directly, if you want one of their recruiters to call you directly, message me on Facebook, and I will put you in touch with one of them directly so that you can go ahead and get started. Because I firmly believe that locums can be done by everybody, either short-term or long-term, and whatever it is that's making locums something that you want to do but you're kind of hesitant about, whatever that one issue is, we can put our heads together along with the concierge recruiters at Floyd Lee Locums to make sure that those needs are taken care of as well. So let me just scroll through the comments to see if anybody has any more questions. And okay, let's see, no more questions. But like I said, I do thank you all so much. Be sure to go to www.floydleelocums.com, and I do appreciate them for sponsoring this Tuesday's issue of Let's Talk Tuesday. If anybody has any more questions, please feel free to continue to comment in the comment section. You can message me online, and you can message me on Facebook. Thank you so much. This is Dr. Stephanie, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.